sei kuchando veduwe, keep warm. Tiri kungonzwa every other day kuti kuri kutonhora, kuri kutonhora, kuri kutonhora. So basically that's it. Today is a Thursday. I feel I've been blessed, guys. And in life, through my social media platforms, you meet a lot of different people. We are all coming from different parts of the world, background, dzakasiyana. And I was thinking, as much as a lot of people vanenya dzavo dziri, a lot of people have bitter stories. A lot of people have gone through hell in life. I want to talk about people that even after you've gone through pain, how did you manage to forgive the people that inflicted pain kwauri? How do you deal even maybe as a girl child, as a boy child, makakura maybe into my stepmothers, stepfathers. I told you guys, I grew up with a stepfather. I think when I was very young, when my mom got married to my stepfather, and I never knew kuti baba ivavo vanga vasiri baba vangu. He gave us the best schools. He sent us to the best schools. We had everything. We had my holidays. We would go. We literally had everything. So I am so blessed because I was in a home. Ndichigara na stepfather vangu. And then when I look at life, I realize kunze uku, there are a lot of people that have been hurt. You read my comments, someone will say, I don't even want to see that father of mine. I don't even want to see my vangu. People talk bad about their mothers. Yes, vabereki vedu, what can we do? They were also probably, if we were to sit down and ask them, kuti, what was the driving force kuti muabuse mwana like that? Murove mwana, there's a child, aipiswa ne ai, na mai vake vekumbereka. What drives a woman to get so angry kuti no abuse umwe munhu? Let's share the stories. If you are comfortable in sharing that story, Yekuti, you've been keeping it in your heart for so long and you feel it's time to forgive that person, you can talk to me. We always put a phone number, panapa. People can write, you can put your audios, you can write your stories. Then I can play them here and people, we can discuss. We want people to be free. I feel, this is me, guys. I am never angry with anyone. Ndosaka ndichiti kana ndikaona vanhu vanouya panapa vachituka kandinotoshamisika kuti why are people so bitter in life like this? What is happening? What went wrong? Because someone doesn't just wake up uri bitter. You can't just wake up and you wake up uri bitter. It's the life experiences that have driven you to be in that corner. I was listening to one of the bloggers, achitaura kuti shoni, people munofunga kuti ndinopenga, but you don't know the journey that I have traveled. Journey iyoyo ndio inondikonzeresa kuti ndiite semunhu ari kutaurisa, semunhu wamuri kufunga kuti anongori chidhakwa, semunhu wamuri kufunga kuti haana basa, but it's my life experiences. I know a lot of kids have gone through that. I know a lot of adults have gone through that. But what I just want to encourage you guys is, whatever that person did to you, iye munhu iye ndiye anonzi coward in life. Ma coward, whatever experience, headaches, my pain that we're going through, they couldn't handle them on their own. They felt, let me inflict the pain onto another vulnerable child. Because when they abuse you, you don't even know kuti chichiri kukonzera kuti mai vangu vandirove. Why is my mom's temper so high? Why is my father coming home? Guys, the men, I always say to you, let me tell you the truth, what happens. Mumba mako kana ukashaya mfaro nemukadzi wako. The kids are the ones that are going to suffer. The kids have no one to protect them. The minute the mother, father starts fighting, vana ndivo vano suffer. And when the kids suffer, they will carry it. Vachazvitakura, guys. Vanozvitakura into their adulthood. And vatakura into their adulthood. Those are the people you see vane pain inside. You know, I've got my best friend. My closer best friend, Anonzi Zodwa. I know she does. I don't know if she listens to us because I speak in Shona, but I love her. And then one day, I really appreciate her in my life. One day, we were talking about the whole crazy thing that happens in South Africa. And she said, Penny, one day her mother said to her, Zodwa, this is the world. You need to accept when you get in the world. Makazara, people that are coming from different parts. Pane mwana aiona baba vake mai vake vachiuraya vanhu. Vanhu ivavo, do you know my parents anobuda achinorova kuti toda kurova magweja, toda kurova makwerekwere. My parents eumwe mwana. And the kids can see baba vabva kunorova umwe mwana vodzoka mumba votogeza. It's a child ari kutoita through emotional trauma. Kuti vabereki vangu vanotouraya vanhu. They are vana vanokudzwa nemagangsters. It's not by choice. Mumba munogara makaputwa, munenge makaitwa whatever. Mune vana vari kukura ne baba vanoswera vachiita mai punching bag. Unorova mukadzi in front of your kids. The kids are the ones that get affected in life. So as a parent, I know even uri munhu wakakura uchi abuswa, especially if you are an adult now and your journey was never perfect. I know it was not your choice. Let's pray about it. Share your story, Kuti. This is what I went through. Get counseling about it. Forgive the person. The minute you forgive munhu anokutadzira, the more you are freeing yourself. Engabe kuti murume wako akakutadzira, forgive them. The minute you learn to forgive people, the minute you setting yourself free, you will be free and you will not be a bondage yekumunhu iyeye. You are not giving them a platform yekukurwadzisa. Imagine vakakurwadzisa vachigara newe. 5 years later, you are not even in their space. Iwo chiri kurwadziwa. You are giving them the platform. Refuse to be used by people very cruel in your life. Refuse to carry that pain for the rest of your life. It is not worth it. Kana munhu akakurwadzisa, last number. Zvekuti sometimes unotofunga kuti okay ndoda kuzviuraya because handisi kuziva kuti Mwari wacho ari kupi. Forgive that person. Learn the process. We should learn the process of healing. Guys, learn the process of healing. Tell you, even if as painful as it is, let me tell you what you can do. Ne? You can, this is what I do when I'm praying. I always take a chair, I know before I start praying, you're going to come and sit there. And then I start talking to him. Then, this is the healing process that you can do. Put a chair on your side, in your own space, and tell that person akakurwadzisa. Vengava baba vako, vengava mai vako, vengave wife mukadzi wako. I know vakadzi vanoabuse varume futi. Angave husband yako. Angave your father, your mother. Invite them in the spirit. Sit there, mama. Why? Ask them why. I know you will not get the answers. But when you ask the questions, Maindi Roverechi, was that really relevant? Did you consider my feelings? Talk to them about it. And tell them, Inini, as much as you thought you were going to break my spirit as a child, I've forgiven you. I have forgiven you. I've carried the pain for so long inside. But this is the time I am saying enough is enough. I am letting you out of my body. I am taking out that pain from inside my body and I'm putting it out. I'm not the bitter person. I'm not the crazy person. You are the crazy person. Akaona kuti you can abuse the other human being. But I'm letting you go. I'm no more going to be your punching bag. And then you move. You simply just tell them, Kuti, I am moving. I am letting you out of my space. I am letting you out of my thoughts. I have forgiven you. Learn to forgive the people who are not abusers. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but what you need to do is learn to forgive people. They are business people, business partners. Vanoita kuti shoni. You start a business together. Muchifunga kuti muri kuwirirana. They run away nemari. Munoita mikando yenyu, people run away with money. There are people that have been victims of circumstances that they didn't even understand. Your best friend, anokuitira, anotora murume wako. Learn to forgive them. Give them your blessings. Tell them, kuti, you know what? As much as I'm hurting, I want to find my peace. Ndawana peace yangu. Iwewe na mwari wako ende munoita zvinhu zvenyu zvamunokwanisa kuita. And then you are happy. When you forgive someone, you'll be able to move the journey yako. I always say, don't give people relevance, life space yako, vasiri significant, vasiri code for. Wakarwadziswa vakakuabuse. Some kids were never sent to school. Do you know, guys, pane vabereki that have even let their boyfriends or their husbands vaenda vanoroorwa vane vana vasikana vagosiya vabereki vavo vagosiya varume vavo vachirara nemwana musikana mwana mudiki. I have seen stories, I have read stories from people that will come and say, mai vangu vanga vane murume wavo, but vakatendera murume wavo kuti avate neni when I was 13 years old, when I was 14 years old, and it went on throughout my teenage life, and my mom knew about it, and she couldn't do anything. And all she could say to me was, ramba wakashinga, because ndiko kuti tirambe takagara panapa. There are things like that. So imagine that child, kana akura, she also wants to start living her life. There are people that have been sexually abused. They've been raped. It's not easy. Talk about it. If you feel you're in that space where you're saying, ndakarwadziswa mulife mangu, but I want to set myself free, come to my page and then we can talk about it. I will continue having my sessions where we want to have people that are going to be like, enough is enough. I can stand on my own now as a person. It's not about having money. It's about your inner peace, where you tell yourself, I've had enough. I've carried this abuse for 25 years, 35 years. I am now a father. I want to give the best to my children. We want to deal with those people. I once had a friend, I'm not going to say into details because it will get to the other person. I remember this other person this is how people that are abused behave. In one of my relationships, one of my marriage relationships, one of my ex-husband would say, unoshamisira nei. You know, when he gets in his mood, he's looking to kumkadzi wake, me, and he says, unoshamisira nei. Mai vangu vaitwa zviri worse than baba vangu. That's abuse. Those are abused children. You look at me and compare what the mother was going through. And because they were being abused by their father in their home, he carried it over to say, iwewe unoshamisira nei. Mai vangu vaitwa izvozvo nababa vangu. Baba vangu vaivata mamutegude. There's a bar in Zimbabwe inonzi mamutegude. Mai vangu vaivata mamutegude. Anti baba vangu vaivata kwamutegude kubhawa. Mai vangu vasinga complaining. But the kids picked it up. He is now married. He still feels good because the father was abusing. When the father was abusing their mother, the kids vainzwa pain. But akura arora avane muri. He felt it was okay for him to treat the wife the same way their father was treating their mother. That's abuse. People need to go for counseling. people, we all have issues in our life. You know, guys, I just want to give thanks to my parents. Shout out to all the parents. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my father. Kuti, they gave us a life here. Kuti, I don't look at back to childhood yangu and think, Kuti, was I being abused? I personally feel I was getting abused emotionally. Pandakazoenda kuchikoro. I remember when I was in my Form 1, I used to feel, I think people here, they emotionally abusing me. But that's cool because Masangana Murivana Makawanda, it was my first time getting into boarding school. So that's acceptable. I guess that's acceptable. It's like kids bullying you. There are kids that were being bullied at school and it still affects them. It still affects them. I remember because Ndagandava ku Zambia, guys. We were coming from Zambia and I went to a school, Form 1. So I went to a school and everyone there would say, taura chishona. But they didn't understand kuti I was just a 13-year-old child that had crossed Zambezi River and ndatouyawo muZimbabwe ndabva ndaenda boarding school. That was torture to me. To me, that is the only torture that I can look back in my childhood and say, but why were people being so cruel? Couldn't they understand kuti shoni? They are children that are, it's like washika ku South Africa ovonzi taura chixhosa ichocho nhasi. That's my experience of childhood. But I know there are so many people that have been through bullying at school and you are still holding on to that person. If you can, chagamunu iyeye, write them a note. Look for that person on social media. Varipo vanhu, people that have bullied you. Vanyorere itsamba and tell them, I have forgiven you. I am better than holding on to the grudge. I am better than holding on to the pain. Simply what I want to do is to set myself free. And then you set yourself free. You can do better. And once you set yourself free, you know, you are no more living in that pain anymore. It has haunted you for so long. So tell yourself, it's about time. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to bury it. If you believe in really doing things practically, even get their photo, oitora photo, and you bend their photo ku ocean and tell yourself, I am no more in this realm ye kuitwa abused in somebody. Get their photo, write them a message to say, I am done. You can even visit them and personally tell them in their face, kuti dude, mama, baba, stepfather, stepmother, this is the pain that I was carrying from my childhood. But because I am alive, I appreciate what God has done. I can't visa from all the pain. I am forgiving you. You can tell them in their face. Tell them in their face. The minute you carry on that pain, it will constantly keep coming. And sometimes a lot of masaiko atinoona in life is because if they sit down and they tell you their journey in life, you get to understand. Guys, I want to be honest. Everyone else ari kungoti tukuinda ku UK kunoshanda, tukuinda overseas. Mukatarisa, all the general people that are going to work outside, vari kunoita look after people, either vanhu vakuru vane dementia hanzi kukangamwa uchimbodzoka pfungwa, mental illness, vane mental problems. And from this whole thing, I've realized kuti isusu sema Africans, we don't take these things seriously. We don't take stress, abuse seriously. Someone anokuudza kuti it's the best way to be raised. Mai vako vaitokugonera vachikurova. Umwe anobva atoti izvoni, waida kuti muite sei, maida kuti mai vako vakadzingwa, and then what do you do? Kana munhu akaita maproblems mumarriage, munobva mati shingirira. You don't know the body, the heart cannot shingirira. The heart will keep pumping richirwadziwa. Munoita stress, munoita BP, munoita stroke. And then you still say kumunhu shingirira. Ari kuramba achidamageka inside. pamurikuti izvoni shingirira, the person inside is getting damaged. Kana ukaitawo stress, go munousika for help. It's allowed. Talk about it to even walk in any church and talk about it with anybody else. There are people that can help you in stress levels. Ne abuse, even from 20, 30 years, you feel like you want to talk about it. Open it up. And I kuma bloggers, amunenge muri familiar now. And you start a chat. This is my story. It's about time I want to forgive this person. Akanditadzira in my life. I don't want to carry on the bondage when I am happily married. Akandirepa, but I'm now happily married. I want to let it out of my system. Vaindiabuse ndiri mwana mudiki vachindiudza kuti I'll be a nobody. But here I am. I became myself. I'm now a father. I've got my family. I've got my kids that I love. And I'm going to protect my kids. Zvandisina any other person. Be the better version of the abusers. Vakakuabusai. I love you so much. Have a blessed Thursday. And I'll keep coming. I'll keep encouraging people to talk about these things. The world is a mess. The world is a mess. People vari kufamba vakatakura zvinhu zvakawanda. And I just want to say to everyone, whatever you might be going through, you are not alone. You are not alone. You can talk to a friend, get a pastor to talk to, get the radio, the DJ radio, whatever, phone them, talk to them. It could be a relationship that didn't work. You got abused in it. Varume vakadzi, we all need someone to talk to. This is not just about ladies. It's about men also being affected. There's a man that I saw who was writing, Kuti, my father, the things my father did to me. I don't know if I'll be able to forgive that man. But I know, Kuti, my brother, you can do it. He is not worth the pain that you are carrying right now. Forgive him and say, Ndapedza, this is where the end of the journey comes. Imagine unenge uchirwadziwa munhu akatofa. Someone that's causing that pain kwauri akatofa. Buy them flowers and go and put them pamarinda pavo to say, thank you, you gave me life. Guys, this is what I learned from forgiveness. Anonzi ani murume we more blessing, murume we great hope. He always tells a story kuti when I came to Cape Town, akagara nevanhu, and they started abusing him. Emotionally, it was abuse. Yes, vaimuti, you can come and stay with us. When they buy their food, they would not eat. Vanobika chikafu vari muhoki, one room. Vobika chikafu and they don't give him the food. Vanobuda kubasa and they would call him names. Imagine wabva kuZimbabwe uri kugara nevanhu and vari kuti kana vakabika havakupe chikafu. His story iri pa timeline yake, pa page yake. He always tells that story. Such that the minute he understood kuti, I am not going to take a burden yekutsamwira these people. I'll forgive them. He received my blessings. He even says in the story, kuti, when I started working and I got my first pay, ndakavatengera chikafu chavaindinyima ichocho. I went and I said to them, oi, tengai chikafu, makaita basa, even makandinyima chikafu, but makandipa roof yekugara. So that abuser wako, kana vanga vari mai vako, vanga vari baba vako, tell yourself kuti, they were torturing me on the physical body yangu. Vaindimutsa usiku, venga ve stepmother vako, vaikumutsa usiku na 4 a.m. kuti ndonochaira panze, ita laundry wacha, ita say, they made you a better person. They made you the strong person that you are. In life, you are a better human being than other people. Because what they were doing to you, they were preparing you for the world that we are living in. Right now, as an adult, you can look at life and say, okay, I am able to be the best outstanding worker of the month because ndakatomastirwa ndakachimaster chigame ndichiabuswa nastepmother vachindimutsa na4 am. There are vakadzi that are just hard working. There are women, men that you look at and say, wow, munhu uyu anoshanda, munhu uyu ane order. Mukanzwa most of the people, background kwavanobva, they were driven with that abuse. So thank them for giving you a life. Havana kukuburaya mudikamwe. I know it's not easy. Get me right. I'm not saying it's something that you can just wake up and say, I'm forgiving. It's a process. Work on it. Forgive them. Because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve your pain. What I'm just telling you is they caused you so much pain, but they don't deserve that pain in your adult life. Vasiye pane a certain bus stop and carry on with your life. That's my advice to people. I love you guys and have a blessed Thursday. I'm definitely coming tomorrow. Dichambo exerciser. Toda kumbohonda, toda kumbo exerciser. So let me carry on with my day and do a bit of some exercise. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Practice love. Love leads. Love leads. Kana pane vanhu vanomboteerera TB Josh. If anything I learned from that man of God, love leads. Love one another. Love make and shubira to make the world a better place for other people. So the minute you love people, you're making the world a better place. And let love lead all the time. Let love lead. Thanks, guys. Stay blessed.